Hello, today we are making a cute little hair bow using just 2 pieces of ribbon, and these 2 pieces here, one is to wrap my hair clip, which is optional, and the other is to wrap the centre. You will also need a needle with some extra strong thread and a knot in the end. You will also need a hot glue gun. I'm also going to be using this Hot Fix rhinestone trim for the centre of my bow. I will show you how to apply this at the end of the tutorial when we get there. And I've got some clips at hand as well. These are just fabric clips. Everything that I've used in this tutorial today I will link in the description below, so you can check all of these items out. So first of all, I've cut my ribbon already, and I've got 2 pieces for the main part of the bow, and this ribbon is 1.5 inch wide or 4 centimeters wide, and both pieces are cut to 21.5 centimeters in length, or just under 8.5 inches in length, and that is the 2 pieces. And then these 2 pieces are 1 centimeter wide by 11 centimeters in length, and like I said, the one to wrap the clip is optional, the other is to wrap the center. And I cut these from this ribbon, so I just cut a little strip of the stitching off, and then I cut 2 strips at 1 centimeter wide from this ribbon because I didn't have a 1 centimeter wide to match. So that is just how I do it, but if you have got a matching ribbon or you want to contrast it, then you can. I'm going to set these 2 aside because we won't be needing these yet. And taking a lighter, I'm going to heat seal the ends of my ribbon. As you can see, when you cut your ribbon, you're left with some frayed edges, and it can fray even further. So using a lighter and running along the edge, that will just get rid of those frays and prevent it from fraying any further. So you want to do that on all of your pieces of ribbon, including the strips. If you cut them off, you'll need to cut if you cut ribbon off like this, you will need to heat seal all around the sides as well if you've cut it from this ribbon, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to set one of my pieces of ribbon aside, and we're going to do the first half of our bow. So grabbing a couple of my fabric clips ready, or you can use hair clips if they're what you've got at hand. Any kind of clips will work. These are really good though because they're nice and strong. So taking our first half of ribbon, we're going to take this end and we're going to fold it up. So you've got this piece coming across and this piece is folded backwards and up, and you want this to be 5 centimeters from the raw edge to the fold. So mine is only 4.5, so I need to make it a little bit further. So we've got 5 centimeters now from this fold to the top. And then we're going to fold this piece down like this. And then we're going to fold it in towards the long piece. So it looks like this. And now we're going to bring this up. So just sliding it up so the raw edge is in line with this bottom edge. And then this piece here, you've got this nice little pocket then, and that will add to the shape of the bow. And then I'm just going to grab one of my fabric clips and pop that on there to hold that in place. And next, taking our right hand side, we're going to fold this in, and we're going to line this raw edge up with this edge. So just folding it in like this. And then I'm just keeping my thumb here, so around sort of where this piece meets this part. Keeping my thumb here, I'm going to bring this corner down and twist it. So we're keeping this side facing towards us. We're not folding it. We're keeping this side facing towards us. You literally want to grab this corner and twist it down. And then we're going to do the same, meet this raw edge up with the bottom of this ribbon. And then you should have like this little sort of fold here. This is what you want, because again, this adds to the shape of the bow. So you've got this little fold here, that is normal. And next we're going to measure this part here. So from this corner to this corner, you need this to be 2 centimeter distance. So I'm just going to take my tape measure, 2 centimeters against that edge, and then I need to bring this in further, around 1/2 centimeter. So to do that, I'm going to grab these top layers. So I'm just sliding my finger in, grabbing all of these layers, and I'm going to slide it in slightly, and again using my tape measure to check to see if we now have it at 2 centimeters, which that is. And then I'm going to remove this clip, just make sure that it is all in line at the bottom. Take this clip and place it over the middle there, so I was holding everything in place. So that is the first half now done. We're going to now repeat those exact same steps with our second piece of ribbon. We now have our 2 pieces exactly the same, and next we can take our needle and thread and we're going to sew in our pinch. So again, I've got my needle here and I use extra strong thread, and strong thread is just good because when it comes to pulling in your pinch, you then don't risk breaking your thread. Like I said before, I will link some of this thread in the description below. So taking one of your pieces, it don't matter which, because as you can see they're both exactly the same. I'm going to pick it up and hold it upside down because this is the end I'm going to sew, and because I'm right-handed I always sew from right to left, but if you're left-handed you can do it whichever way feels comfortable for you. What you want to aim for is 6 stitches across this bottom, evenly spaced. Going in for the first stitch, I'm going to go in a little bit away from this corner, so around 1/2 centimeter in from this corner. I'm going to go in through the top for stitch number 1, and then stitch number 2 I'm going to come in around 1/2 centimeter away from this corner here, so that's stitch number 2. Stitch number 3, again about 1/2 centimeter from this corner here, so about there. I'm just going to remove this clip now. I'm keeping it pinched together with my thumb and finger. So that is stitch number 3. Stitch number 4 is going to come up, and we're catching this fold in the middle now as well. So that is our 4th stitch. Our 5th stitch is about 1 centimeter away from the last one. And then our final stitch is going to come up through this corner, making sure you catch this front corner as well, like that. So this is what it looks like from the front, and this is the back. And then we're going to pull this tight to form our pinch. And once you're happy you've got that in there really tight, keeping it pinched together tightly, I'm just going to catch these last couple of edges. And then I'm going to go in again, do the same again, just catch those last few edges. And then before I pull this loop tight, I'm going to go through this loop a couple of times, and this will form a knot to hold that all in place. And then I can trim off the excess thread, and I'm just going to pop a knot in here ready to use on my second half of my bow. And then as you can see, that is the first half of the bow ready. You can't quite see the full beauty of it yet until we've got both halves together. I'm just pulling this bit now just to make that nice little fold here, because that adds to the look of the bow with these two folded sort of overlaps. Now we're going to do those exact same stitches with our second piece. So 6 stitches, starting around 1/2 centimetre from this first corner. So now we've got our 2 pieces ready to join together. So taking my hot glue gun now, I'm going to add some glue to the middle of that side of the bow and then join these 2 middles together. And next, taking our 2 strips that I cut from the ribbon earlier and a hair clip of your choice. I'm using these 45mm double prong clips. You can use tooth clips, you could even add an elastic, or you can add it to a headband. It's completely up to you how you would like your bow to look, but that is a really gorgeous shape. I do like this shape. So now I'm going to wrap my clip. This is optional. I just like to do this to cover up the hardware, but like I said, you don't have to do this part. So I'm just taking my matching ribbon and just wrapping it around the top part of the clip. And then I'm going to stick this to the underside of my bow. And before I add this piece, I'm going to add a rhinestone trim. I did show you this at the start of the video. So I've got this trim here. I've got it in a few different colours. I've got it in gold, pink, silver. But this colour here, it's like an iridescent sort of colour. It shines with greens, you can see blues in there, lilacs, all different colours. So this is really good to go with any ribbon. And I like to cut off a little strip, so you can either measure it against your bow, so about there. But as a rule, yeah, it is around sort of 2.5 to 3 centimetres that you need to cut off. So just cut through there. And this is hot fix. So I'm going to lay it on my ribbon in the middle. And then I've got my hair straighteners here, which I've already warmed up. And I'm going to use these to attach it to my ribbon, so making sure it's in line. I'm not going to hold it on there, I'm just very gently opening and closing the straighteners along that rhinestone trim. I don't want to burn my ribbon, so like I said, just opening and closing on there, and then just leave it a couple of seconds to cool, and that should be well stuck on there. And then to attach this to the bow, I like to start on the top first. So I'm going to place some hot glue underneath where the rhinestone trim is. And I'm going to line this up over the middle of my bow. Sorry, I keep going off camera. And I'm going to trim off any excess ribbon. So I'm leaving enough just to wrap around the rest of the clip. Heat seal the raw edges as always. And then you can continue gluing these around underneath the clip. And then when you flip your bow over, you may just need to adjust your ribbon again a little bit, just to reshape it. But yeah, that is a really pretty shape. I do like this style. And you don't have to use stitched edge ribbon, you could use a plain ribbon. It would look nice either way. And there is your finished hair bow. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.